This is one of my top 5 favorite college memories, a moment so perfect it could have been a scene in a movie. Comedy is about having perfect timing, and the most perfectly timed comedic moment I have ever witnessed came from someone who wasn't even a comedian. Many, many years ago, I was a college student in the Hemingway dorms of the Berklee College of Music in Boston. I'm Gen X, which means we are talking the long, long ago time when people drove Flintstone cars with their feet and, as we're about to learn, had less than stellar audio-visual equipment. The Hemingway dorm had a windowless rec room in the basement, and that rec room had a big, square, boxy TV on a rolling cart, just like you had in every classroom back then. And of course, it was attached to a lovely, clunky VHS VCR. Because a DVD player was too futuristic for our dorm. Now, important point of note, the Hemingway dorm was an all-male building. If you were in the Mass Ave dorms, those were co-ed, but Hemingway was a sausage fest. One day, a student, and I don't remember who, headed down to the infamous Combat Zone and picked up an adult movie. On, of course, VHS. The only place to watch it was on the community TV, and word spread like wildfire. There's a porno in the building, get to the basement. You know, good, clean Christian fun. So a group of, 20, 30, an absurd amount of boys, we'll call it 25. 25 guys piled into the rec room and gathered around the TV. Now, I need you to understand the layout of the basement so you can understand what happened next. The rec room had 2 entrances, one near the stairs and one at the far end of the hallway. Knowing we were doing something against dorm rules, we placed a lookout at the bottom of the stairs, and I stood by the second doorway at the end of the hall. The plan was, if an RA or other authority figure came walking down the stairs, the lookout would signal me, and I would wave into the room, and someone would hit stop on the tape. Which is sort of what happened. At one point, the 4th floor RA, Dave, made his way downstairs. I received the signal, waved into the room, and instead of hitting stop on the tape, someone jumped up and turned off the TV. So now you had 25 guys sitting in a pitch black room gathered around a pitch black TV screen. Dave walked in and it was dead silent. Dave stood there, awkwardly, confusedly, wondering why 25 guys were sitting in a dark room staring at a blank TV screen. There was a very pregnant pause, and then a drummer named Pat Aldis said in a comically over-the-top voice, "So the bartender says..." There was another pause, and then everyone busted out laughing. The idea: 25 guys had been sitting in the dark, listening to a joke, and silently waiting for the punchline was just, it was so stupid, it was perfect. As said, it's one of my favorite college memories. I wonder how many of the other guys that night still laugh whenever they think about it. I know I do.